What's up, Internet? Welcome to Collecting with Cory. Today we're going to take a look at what I've been picking up and keeping for the last month or so. Let's go. Alright, we got basically three categories of things to get through here. We have my DVDs, Blu-ray, blah, blah, blah. Books, mainly Star Wars. I don't know how to count. That's four. Um, Toys, and then, of course, video games. And I guess a video game related appliance, tool, thing. Anyway, at my thrift store, I was able to pick up Dragon Ball GT, the complete series. This is DVD. I don't know if it came out on Blu-ray. As far as I know, GT isn't canon, but I remember before Dragon Ball Super, this is what people assumed happened after Dragon Ball Z, so I guess it's still somewhat relevant. I don't know. I haven't watched any of Super. I have watched maybe the first VHS tape of GT, I think. Back when they used to come out on VHS tapes. For Valentine's Day, my wife got me Voltron, the complete series. 124 episodes spanning Lion Force and Vehicle Force. Vehicle Force, which I've never actually seen a second of. So, there's that. That's pretty cool. Very cool packaging, DVDs. I think this is usually available at like Walmart. I know we got it on Amazon, but check your Walmarts if you're into like old cartoons or old shows in general that might only be available in physical media forms, because they have a lot of complete series lately, which I am a big fan of. Let's take a look at some toys. Another item my wife got me for Valentine's Day, a little Soundwave keychain. I'm not going to be putting it on my keychain just because my keychain is busy enough as it is. And I like to collect random Soundwave things, so that'll stay in the package in my office somewhere. Very rarely do you find something in a retail store that makes you like have a physical reaction. Like, I gasped when I saw this. I didn't know they were coming out with this line of Spider-Man toys. So you have like the Spider Armor MK1, Hammerhead, Symbiote Spider-Man, Hobgoblin, and Ben Reilly's Spider-Man. Now, of course, here we have the Shocker. And no, not the hand sign that everybody past 15 is familiar with. We're talking about Spider-Man's villain, my favorite villain, and back in the day, despite the fact of his lack of articulation in his arms, my favorite figure. So, back when the pandemic hit, I was going crazy buying stuff on eBay, as a lot of people probably were. And one of the things I was looking for was Marvel Legends Shocker figure, because it came out years ago when I wasn't paying attention, and it looked really cool. I think it's the same exact mold as this, if I'm not mistaken. And seeing this in store after spending an entire year trying to find it on eBay for a decent price loose, I was just like, oh my god, that's ridiculous. It's right in front of me right now, and I had to pick it up. Another thing I had to pick up, because I am going for the full set of NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time figures, we have Bebop and Rocksteady as pirates. Apparently, I am also missing Baxter Stockman, which I actually didn't know was in this line. I thought the line was done, to be honest, but I guess they're still coming out with more figures. Something was rattling in there. That was weird. And the last toy I have to show you is Power Rangers Lightning Collection Andros. To be honest, I'm kind of slowing down on this line just because they're coming out with so many figures that I'm just not willing to pay $20-something for. My sweet spot, I've always said, is around $10. So in the past, I've been purchasing loose lots on eBay that have like the figures and all the accessories, but when you break it down, they're only charging you like $10 a figure. I sell the ones I don't have. I sell the ones I do have, and I keep what I don't. So at $10 brand new from a thrift store as some sort of Target salvage, I'll take it. All right, let's get through some video games because I feel like that's what most people are here for. Some of these you will have seen in a previous short I did of some games that I got from Sam. Now, at the time of filming that, I wasn't keeping a lot of these. I've recently decided to kind of change the way I collect things. I think I mentioned this in another video, where if it has a cartridge, I also want the box, and that does pertain to Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and other more obscure systems like Neo Geo, as we'll find out in the future. So I've been trying to either complete these games or get the games for the boxes if I didn't already have them. Unfortunately, I'm a moron, and at the time of filming this, I have an extra cartridge for Super RC Pro-Am, which I knew was incomplete. I thought it was incomplete because it didn't have the cartridge. It's incomplete because it doesn't have the manual. So I technically didn't need to get another cartridge, but I did on eBay for like $7 shipped. And the one I had in here was already much better condition than the one I got online. So there's that. This was part of the deal I did with Sam. So happy to add this to the collection. Some of these are boxes that I've had sitting around forever that I finally gotten the cartridge for. So we have the original Frogger on the Game Boy. Pac-Man Special Color Edition. And then the Game Boy version of Ms. Pac-Man. I know they have a special color edition for this one also, which I may already have, so it's kind of weird. Maybe I don't have it. I'm not sure. Tetris Plus on the Game Boy. And then probably the best out of those, Game & Watch Gallery for the Game Boy. And those are complete or missing the manual. To be honest, I don't delineate too far if it's missing the manual. A bunch of Star Wars books that I found at thrift for about, well, I was going to say about $1 each, but a lot of these were from Savers, so they were probably like in the range of like $2.50 to $3. We got Darth Plagueis the Wise. The Final Prophecy, Remnant. I'm just going to run through these because most people, it's whatever. More new Jedi Order books. Star by Star, probably one of the bigger ones in that series, at least in terms of size. Unifying Force, Rebel Dream, Heroes Trial, Jedi Eclipse. Basically just filling in a whole bunch of gaps that I had in the new Jedi Order series. And the last non-video game item I have to show you guys, 8-Bit Do, however you want to say it. I've heard many people say it many different ways. Wireless mouse. Now, this is an aesthetic thing. You get this because you like video games and you want to have something like this at your computer. Functionally, it's awkward to get used to. I've only had it maybe 6 or 7 days. Probably not a whole week at this point. Probably like half week of getting used to this. And it's kind of a struggle. The buttons, the left click, right click button, so small that I often am like reaching for where it should be on like a normal mouse, and it's just not there. So it's a little weird. But if, like I said, if you're looking for something aesthetically retro like that, like in terms of retro controllers, it's pretty cool. All right, handful of DS games that I picked up. SimCity Creator, SimCity game on the DS. Why not? This one was I had the case for this. I know I got the cartridge from the Unknown Game Hunter recently. I don't know if it was part of a trade or I don't remember. I'm getting old. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Attack. I don't know if this game is any good. It kind of looks similar to the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era of TMNT games. So if you have any experience with that one, let me know. And I gotta say, this is probably the third time I've picked up these games on this channel because I keep being a little bit wishy-washy about it. And I think they're finally here to stay. Because even though I'm not good at these games, the art style is just A++ for me. We have Professor Layton in the Curious Village. I've actually tried playing that and I get stuck on like some stupid puzzle way too early in the game, earlier than I'd like to say. Professor Layton in the Unwound Future, and Professor Layton in the Diabolical Box. I've had the entire series on the DS at one point or another, and then I'll be like, I'm not going to play those, so I get rid of them. And then I get them again, and then I get rid of them. It's just a never-ending cycle with me on some game series. This is one that I picked up from the Unknown Video Game Hunter, Worms Collection. Was going to sell it, but I love Worms, so has one of my, well, I'm assuming it's one of my favorite games. I've never heard Armageddon referred to as Worms 2 Armageddon, but I'm assuming that's the going along the PC naming structure of the Worms games. Another one from the Unknown Video Game Hunter that looked a little bit too cool to sell, Dungeons and Dragons Heroes, a Xbox original exclusive. And this was from my thrift store, Leisure Suit Larry Box Office Bust. Alright, some Switch games. Now, not 100% happy with all of these. Well, specifically this first one. Sometimes you buy something because it's just too cheap to pass up. I got this for $9 shipped on eBay. Geminos. Animal Pop Stars. I think I saw gameplay of this on Beat 'em Up's channel. This game is not for me, but it was $9 shipped. GameStop had a restock on this game. This game was hard to find for a while there. Danganronpa Decadence. I've been meaning to get the Vita games for this, and now I don't have to because it's all in one place. So very happy to get that, even though it's not the big special edition, but I've been trying to cut back on big special editions. At the time of filming, one of the games I'm very much looking forward to has a European-only special edition coming out, Triangle Strategy, and I had it in my Amazon cart, and I just couldn't pull the trigger on it. I feel like it's maybe it's a breakthrough moment for me. Let me know in the comments below if that's me being an adult for once and not spending a ton of money on something that's just going to sit on my shelf. I mean, I'll play the game, but like, I don't need all that extra stuff generally. Then of course, from PlayAsia, I decided to pick up Legend of Mana, which I said I wasn't going to do because this is one of the few PS1 games that I actually played back in the day, and I didn't like it that much. But it was on sale for $40, and I pretty much have all the other, minus Brigandine, PS1 re-releases on the Switch. And this game is going to save me so much money. This is the Neo Geo Pocket Color Selection Volume 1. I had all these games. I had all but 2 of these games at least in my possession. Recently, I picked up some of these games from Sam, and because I had this on the way, I didn't need to keep them because I'd rather play them on the Switch. That's just me. It's my system of choice, although I've been playing a lot of 3DS lately because of all the hype surrounding the 3DS eShop closing. I've kind of bought into that, but I don't really show digital games because why would I? It's weird. Just imagine I bought half the stuff on the eShop. That's my pickup from the eShop. And like I mentioned, Sam, it felt weird to have this game be like literally one of my most wanted games for my collection and only show it in like a 60-second short. So we have Chrono Trigger, complete in box on the Super Nintendo, literally 1 week after I find the cartridge at my thrift store for $1 or $4. So I was able to get this from Sam. Everything said and done for basically free because I got a whole bunch of stuff from him that I ended up selling. So all the stuff I got from Sam, theoretically, technically free. I notice a lot of YouTubers that I watch talk about collections being free, and in some cases they might be right, but I feel like in most cases it's an exaggeration because that's just how it is. YouTubers exaggerate. Anyway, as far as Super Nintendo games, I can't really think of many that I'm missing in my collection now, in the sense of like something I really, really need. Like, sure, if you tossed me a Hagane, I'd keep it. I probably wouldn't keep it, to be honest with you. There's a lot of stuff that would bounce off me where it's just like it'd be nice to have, but I'd rather have that money because I don't have nostalgia for it. My Super Nintendo collection, at least off the top of my head, is pretty much done with the exception of getting boxes for the loose cartridges I have. The way I look at it, at least. There might be some games out there that I'm not thinking of, but it's nice to have a collection that you don't really need to look to collect for. Like, theoretically, if I go to a convention with money in pocket ready to spend, I can pretty much ignore Super Nintendo games. Like, there's just nothing I'm looking for. So, slight humble brag on finishing collecting for the Super Nintendo, I guess. But that is going to do it for this pickup video. As you guys will have noticed, I've been posting a lot of podcast content, cartoon commentary podcast content on this channel. That's just, I'm trying to get the word out. Let your friends know if you enjoy it. Listen to our podcast. Eventually, I probably won't be posting the podcast on YouTube, but I figure this is the biggest audience I have. So when you're trying to grow a podcast, you want to get as many ears on it as you can. So I understand it's probably annoying for some people who are just like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. Like, whenever a channel ends up switching focus, I can see that being as annoying because it's happened to me with people I subscribe to, where it's just like, oh, you're doing this thing and that's what I subscribed to you for, and now you shift focuses over here, and it's just like, well, that's not what I'm here for. So I appreciate everybody who's sticking with me. Still very much focused on video games. I just don't have all that much to show you in regards to it because I do pick up videos, and that's it for video game content lately. Eventually there will be a video game room tour. At this point, I don't know when. It's a constant state of flux with trying to get everything clean in here and not have the place be a mess. As I look around, I have controllers literally strewn about, consoles on the floor to test, sell. We got kids. Well, I have kid. But that's my goddaughter's car seat that we have yet to put back in my car. So it's just been chilling in my office. So this is what 35 is, guys. It ain't glamorous, but like the video, subscribe if you're new. And as always, keep it real, internet. I love you guys.